hope you can hear me okay. I hope you can hear me okay. For some reason, I'm watching my volume going up and down. So I'm just hoping my volume is working okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hope you all get a chance to find me. I'm doing some live readings. I was on earlier today. It was a bunch of you that messaged and said, oh, I missed you. So I'm just giving everybody a chance to find me again. Hey there, Love Wheel Amanda, you got the chance to find me. Just grabbing my cards. We had some really great readings this morning. So for all of you, those are really good ones to watch. There was some really great messages that came through, and they would be great for others to watch and see what they could get out of it. Let me see here. All right, so hi there. Hey Lee. Hey, I'm trying. Hey Don. It may be a little hard to see. Yes, happy International Women's Day to each and every single one of you. For everybody who's interested, I'm doing a wonderful download for entity clearings. I've been doing entity clearings for quite some time. So for entity clearing, you'll have those available on my website very soon. I'm also, yes, everybody, today is your day. All right. And for the men out there, treat somebody who is a woman special today. All right. Who gets the first read? Dawn, how's the book going along? Have you had a chance to do some reading? Dawn has my latest book. Oh, you haven't started yet. Okay. All right, who's getting the first read? I see Love Wheel Amanda's got her hand up. Actually, Lee, I can't remember which one you were supposed to download, but the latest one I wrote is a really good one. A really good one. All right, I'm gonna start with Love Wheel Amanda because you were the first. So I'm gonna put you, I see your hand up. Hi. Hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, go to my website, everybody. There are free downloads. Don't do it right now. Stay, hang out. I'm going to do some quick reads. I'm not going to do really long, extensive reads. I did some really long, extensive reads this morning. But we definitely, yeah, Lee, I'll message you an email. Why don't you send me your email where you reach out to me, and I'll send it that way. Maybe that might be easier for you. All right. Well, Love Wheel Amanda, it looks like you want to talk about him. All right. You want to talk about him. This is your dream man. This is your honey. This is your sweetheart. This is your fearless man that you're looking for. You want to talk about him. You know, it's like, I don't want a new beginning. I want to go back to something I've already had. Retrograde. It's always about retrograde. And retrograde is about him. Look at you. You're here saying, I don't want to start anything new. I want to go and talk about my love the one that I've always hold on to. Hey, Maria, there you are. I looked for you to do a reading last time I was on, but I didn't see you. You disappeared. All right, so going back to Amanda. Yeah, on your last reading, I asked about you, and for quite a bit. I went to do your reading next. Yeah. So it looks like there's a potential here for a relationship. You know, this person that you're dreaming of, you want this commitment, you want this, you know, dreams come true of being home and being communication, being in celebration, being in everyday life. And if he's not there yet, it's just because you're not, you're not, you know, overthinking it. You're just kind of like, you know, how do I have that person here? And so, you know, this is a person that is in, you're connected to this energy. You're very connected to this energy. And like I said, it's not even something that you're aware of, because it's not a mental energy. It's kind of like you're not even aware of how connected this is. It's something that's kind of deep in your subconscious. It's deep in your subconscious. You're not even aware that this person is already part of this connection. And it looks like things are advancing spiritually, elevating quite a bit. So if this is a relationship that you're already in, it looks like it's actually doing quite well. You've been learning a lot of what you need to do. You've been kind of working through a few things here too. All right, let's go into it a little bit. All right, so it's showing here. Yeah, it's showing here. You're trying really hard not to overthink it. You're trying really hard not to be in your head. You're kind of like pushing it away. You're kind of like, yeah, I'm trying not to be distracted by it. But, you know, basically, it's a little imbalanced. I don't know if it's you're still working through the divine masculine and feminine energies. There is a little imbalance. Hey, I'm so glad that you were able to catch me. There's a little imbalance here for sure, but in the you knew that this was your person. In the past, you knew when you met them, you knew this was your person, you knew this was your mirror. This is basically somebody who's really important to you. The thing is, there was a lot of resistance here. And because of the resistance, there was an imbalance. And this resistance caused a lot of struggling for you. So, you know, you took your protection down, you took your guard down, you started messing your energy up a little bit. In fact, you really wasn't taking care of your energy the way you should. And then what happened was things started going sideways between you and them. And then before you know it, it just seemed like they were narcissistic and they were discarding you like you were yesterday's dirty laundry. So you're kind of like trying to figure out what happened here. Let's it a little bit. You're currently in federal, we have Puff Daddy and we have somebody who's in prison. Well, we all deserve love, I guess. Right. So what's out of balance is one of you wants to be the leader. All right. It just seems like one of you. I'm going to say this. It's your person. Your person. You mad, crazy desire this person. I once told him he made me feel like he threw me away like a piece of trash. Yeah, but that it came up in here. You have here. You're madly crazy about him. You're madly hot for him because you know you knew when things happened, it happened fast. You didn't want to wait. You knew that this person showed up, and this person showed up earlier than he should. Like you weren't ready for them, and they weren't ready for you, and so there was a lot of resistance. It's because somebody didn't have the confidence, somebody didn't have the courage, they didn't have the inner power. And so there was a lot of resistance here. Where your guards started going down, you didn't want to have the conflict and the stress and the mirrors and the wounds really showing up here. So what you did is you started trying to work on them, and you started trying to be a people pleaser. You started doing a lot of work. Like you started kind of creating, moving your boundaries and doing a lot for them that you shouldn't have. And so, because of the fact, your consequences was karma. Karma was like, that was his. That was it. You took that away from him. Not being harsh, but that you took something away from him that he was supposed to work on. And so when the partnership started to go sideways, it was karmic. It was truly just karmic. And when the karmic is the flow of how it went. Now, realistically, the commitment is still, the effort is, you took the work from him so he doesn't feel like he has to. You felt like the boundaries, you didn't have the boundaries, you went and took the boundaries down. And so there was no boundaries to what was yours, what was theirs. And they think now that was just your work. And so instead of them taking consequences for their actions, they're just going and saying, oh, well, that's your problem. That's your thing. And really, it's just that's where the imbalances are happening. So your work and effort is not in alignment with their work and alignment. And so this commitment is showing imbalance until you started doing your own work and they do their own work. And this won't be complete for both of you until you realize that you are both to be complete and whole on yourself, and that what is their karma, you're going to take on their karma by meshing yourself with their destiny. And this is where we get confused sometimes. We can have a lifetime relationship with somebody, and it's kind of like, we take on our mom's um, uh, burdens and pains as if it's our responsibility. It's not. We can live with our mom, we can love our mom, but we don't have to take on mom's burdens and responsibilities. We can go and stand up for her. We can also go and give her love and compassion, but we don't have to take on anything that they chose to take on in this lifetime. That's their burdens. They're not ours. So this is the same with this relationship. If this person doesn't want to pick up his socks, then don't go around picking up his socks. You don't have to go and be a nag about it. But, if he doesn't want to pick up his socks, then you have to compromise some other way. It's not your responsibility to be his maid. Boundaries is important. Yeah. So right now, You're going to see a lot of things happening real fast. And you're going to see the cause and effect in the karmic relationship is this is the laws. The laws is if you feel unsafe in this relationship, you're going to micromanage it. You're going to try to go and control it. You don't feel that he can go and heal the way that he should be. And that is going to create a new form of an energy. And that energy is going to get entangled with us. If you want this relationship to actually start feeling the way that you want it to feel, and you want it to turn into a commitment that you should, stop putting him on a pedestal. You start letting him act like the man that he should be, that he is, and stop putting these expectations on him that he is better than who he is. Because he is, if star and you're just a fan in the audience, he'll get you just to sign a piece of paper and hand it to you and think that that's all it is, right? And he's just going on to the next one because he's in that way. So it's time for you to see why you treat him like he's better than he is. Sorry, I'm seeing all these messages. Subscribe, like what next about business, please? Yeah, there's a possibility I can do that. All right, so Love Wheel Amanda, that was for you. I'm just gonna go and pick another reading. Now, I will tell you all, paid ones always get priority, and I do have a couple of people who are members here. Which reminds me, Carol, did you want to check in? Because I remember. I know Maria wants one. I how to get in touch with all of these. All right. Who was the next one who asked for a reading? Hello again, that darn OJ. Thank you for joining me. I love the fact that all of you who were here with me earlier is joining me again. You know what? My audio is cutting in and out. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. I'm on my phone and I have this and it should be fully charged. Oh, okay. It should be fine. Great. Sensei, do you want me to do you? And then I see somebody's asking about work, I think. All right. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep these kind of short and sweet because I can get a little long, and we have a bunch of you who wants to check in a little bit. Let's ask, what is new for Carol? What's new for Carol coming up? I'm looking at the mountains. I have my door open, so you could probably hear the kids playing outside. Carol. Carol, overall energy. It says, look at you being free. You're free here. You're free. You're easygoing. You're allowing yourself to explore. And you said, I don't want to do any work this time. You know what? everything has been so hard and now it's time to be easy. And I'm not saying make it easy. I'm saying make it easy. That's what I'm saying. Make it easy. So it looks like you want to make it easy. And when you make it easy, it's talking about it's talking about, in the past, I had it so hard when it came to this person. And so I want something that's not going to be so hard this time. So in the past, you were told to wait. In the past, you were told it was important that you had to wait. Somehow in the past, you had things not working out, and subconsciously, there was something here about you waiting, and you didn't understand why you had to wait. And it had a lot to do with a relationship that was not for you. And you knew that. You knew the relationship was not for you. And so you tried not to be in your head. You tried your best to suppress it. You tried to get out of your head. You were trying to think without the ego. You were trying really hard to get back into your heart. But what happened was, Divine Mother got in the way. She was like, hey, are you nurturing yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Get out of your head. Why are you even not in your own self? Like you were kind of like in other people's heads. You were trying to figure things out. She was like, get back into yourself. The Empress here wanted you to be. Can you stop repeating like you've got your finger stuck on the keyboard, because it's really hard for me to pay attention to my chat if you want to keep on repeating your question. So here you are trying to feel that you weren't cheated, that you weren't deceived, and that you weren't denied something that you thought you deserved. You see, you were like, okay, what if I was supposed to have that, but I just wasn't in alignment with it? What if the possibility is there that you weren't free? What if you were still tied to somebody and that you had to learn how to resolve it? Maybe you had to learn that it was something deep in your subconscious beyond what you knew, that you did not even know how much you did not know about yourself. You see, you were elevating yourself. You were expanding yourself. You were learning yourself. You were finding out why you weren't able to have the things in your life the way that you wanted it. And it was because of somebody that was very narcissistic, somebody who was selfish, somebody who was not being able to give. It was never going anywhere. And you wanted movement because it was stuck. Listen, I'm sorry, but this person who keeps on repeating, if you continue, we will block you. And, you keep on saying you're a new subscriber, but I think you're getting to the point of really just trying to annoy us. So we'll remove you if you don't stop that. I have enough of my team here. They're just waiting for me to give them the cue. So the laws of the universe is kicking in and saying what you are is what will go out. And so if you are attached to somebody, no movement will happen there, because what is going on in 3D is happening because of 5D. And in 5D, if you're already connected, then 3D, it's already there. So basically, because of your past life was playing out in this life. You were still wrapping up some unfinished business and you didn't get cheated. You actually really came out on top. We talked about it. It's time for you to now have a new beginning and not with that person. It's not about them. It's not about the dream. It's not about them. It's not about stress. It's not about how much work and responsible and reliable you have been, but why you were disconnected from yourself. And then it's over. It's over. Simple. Why would you lose yourself for someone that haven't shown up yet for you? Because that's what you deserve. You're no longer on a journey. You tapped in, you are happy, and the burdens are to be released. And it's time for you to walk away from anything that does not resonate with you anymore. It is done. So welcome to your new beginning. Let's see what else comes up for you. Yeah, diamond. You will marry this person or get at least an engagement ring. And that's because you are now yourself. Here's your diamond. Yeah, completion. All because you had to heal that pain. You had to heal that pain. That pain was within yourself by releasing the ex. Old pain. That's all it was. Old pain from an ex. All right. I'm just going closer so I can see some of these questions. I see lots of questions, and of course, somebody's spamming my chat. All right. Lee, I don't know if you asked for a reading or not. I know that you were checking in, but let me know again. And all right. I'm just looking to see who's asking for readings. I had to go and scroll up. And unfortunately, is any of my moderators able to go and look and see if they can create? Cherry has been so great in the past. She'll just kind of like update me with a little bit of a list. And so you don't have to go and say who's next. Just create a little bit of a list and I'm just going to go and grab a random person for now, okay? Well, somebody, where's that person I was going to do the reading for from work? I'm looking, it's just before you. Oh, here you are. Ritz Wanna He-Man 4311. All right, I'll choose you. And somebody, one of my moderators, can go and just kind of update me. Because I'm not going to be here for hours. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm just going to go and do a few more. So I don't know what your name is, so I'm just going to call you Ritz. All right? The sun is in my eyes. Rizwan He-Man. I don't know what it's. Anyway. Rizwan. All right. Rizwan. Maria, you're not the only one who's asked me for a reading. Everybody, there's lots of people asking me for a reading right now. Oh, Thank you for doing that for me. I know you're not one of my moderators, but I thank you very much for putting that on. But Rizwan, I'm going to choose Rizwan right now because I couldn't go. I just didn't want to be waiting. Yes, Sanjay, you're having the new freedom to now create. We talked about that earlier. All right, Rizwan, let's do you. I don't have to have them in certain orders. We'll make sure Maria gets on the list. Rizwan. Okay, Rizwan, you're like, I I see somebody here, it looks like they don't want a commitment. They only want to be friends. They only want friends. They don't want a commitment to this. They just want to have happiness and they just want to have friendship and they just want companionship. They don't want a commitment to any of it. You're just looking for some friendship. Um, well, unfortunately, so that makes sense. Let's get some other cards. I can look at that in a bit. All right, so Rizwan. Your finances are healing. There is something happening where you're soon going to see some great results, even though it doesn't seem like it's been so great. Especially with Mercury retrograde, it is causing some delays in a few things, but you're starting to actually gain the energy you need to generate more or better than what you have before. In the past, I see that I don't know if you were on YouTube. I don't know in the past if you were streaming, but it said in the past you were doing pretty good. You know, it was you kind of shown up in your workplace or in your form of work of what you were doing there. I'm seeing Maria. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Dawn. I see more than Maria. I'm not sure. Um, but it's showing here what was hidden from you. There is maybe a course, maybe there is something that you're not aware that you'll be attending soon. Maybe it's some training. There is something that you are going to be taking. It's going to expand your skills. And because you're clever, you're smart, you learn really quick, you get the job done, you focus on things, right? You quick, and you're simplistic when you do it. You don't you know how to take things and make it easy. So I don't know if it's how you do things, but I also see you're not willing to change. There is something maybe that you have to be okay to change. All right. So there's a new course coming. Yeah. There is a course coming. There is a transformation that you're trying to prevent. Um, Change here seems uncomfortable for you. And it's kind of like stopping you from what you were to receive, because you know things are going to turn in your favor if you can just let it go, just let it flow, because things are going to change in your favor. Because it's time for you to be your own boss or to take control. Like, things are really lining up for you. You have the experience
to create your own leadership, if that makes sense. In order to manifest this, so this is what's coming through. Every morning, when you wake up, you need to write down a list of your objective, of your goals. You know, date it. Today is March the 8th, 2026. I want to achieve recognition. Today I will be seen. Today I will be able to be a leader. Today I get a raise. Today, just like just write your list down and focus on taking one step at a time towards those goals, and you focus on 5. Don't focus on more than that, just focus on 5 and focus your goals on those 5 things at more priority, because as you focus on those things, you will take initiative to focus on those goals. And that's really what's coming through here for you. Yeah. There is, a time for you to take a little bit of a break. And so I don't know if it's a vacation. I don't know if you're taking a course. I don't know if it's like an arrow where it feels like it's being pulled back a little bit before it shoots forward. But that is what I'm getting here for you. It's my daughter's birthday. Want a good say for her. Joanna, hi there. Maria, hello. Dumb down the excitement. Oh my goodness. Nobody should ever pretend to be somebody else they are not. All right. So I have a pretty intense list here. I have a lot of people who've been saying hi, but a lot of people have been asking for free reads. And I really have no way of going through. You have to scroll through the whole list. And I can't tell who was the next person. Somebody here made a list. I'm just looking for it. I see that damn OJ. I see 10U100, Rushy, and then Rizwan, but I don't see some of the other names. I'm not sure who was next. And then I see Dawn saying it's Maria. I don't know why you were saying Maria. I knew Maria was there. Okay. I'm going to go and do the next one, Rashi. Nushi. I'm going to do 10U100. If 10U100 is here, all right, is 10U100 still here? Nushi, you're going to be next. And if 10-100 is not still here, Sherry, is your message retracted? I don't know what is shame that darn OJ. All right. 10U100. If you are here, you're going to be after Nushi because I don't see you here. I don't even know where your question is. Nushi, what was like your question? I can see your guidance, but I see a lot of questions, and I'm sorry about that. And I think Nushi, you'll do it because 10U 100. I don't see them here. I can't guarantee I can do 6 months. Yeah, I'll try. Let's see what the first part of the year brings for you. Looks like some happiness here. I see something not ending. You were kind of concerned something was gonna you kind of had a little fear that something was gonna end, and you're gonna be really happy. So let me see if I can go a little further. It's not really clear. It just says, "Hey, this is not over." I don't know if you're concerned it is, but it certainly has a lot to do with your happiness. In the past, it looks like there was some honesty here. You know, somebody decided to go and speak the truth and tell you what was actually going on. And, you know, they didn't lie about it. They didn't go and tell you what you wanted to hear. They literally told you the truth. And it's because of the fact they didn't want the conflict with you. You know, they didn't want things to end. They wanted to be here with you. So they had a talk. And that talk was because um, you know, this commitment or this marriage or whatever it is that you have with them, this partnership is really important to them, and it's really important to you. And so because of that, there it looks like there was this discussion that had to happen in order to clear the air. Now, right now, it seems like nothing is moving ahead. You don't have any decisions to make ahead. Well, you didn't tell me that. It says that nothing seems to be moving right now, but you are getting recognition. All right. You are going to get recognition, and you're not going to have to take on more responsibilities for it. In fact, you're going to be really happy. You know, let's look. Maybe it's a promotion because it definitely shows that you're going to be recognized for something, and it didn't say, well, it doesn't seem like there's any romance in here. This is saying something is not over, so you're not losing your job. If you looked at it, it seems like it was really clear. You were honest. You were a good, loyal person. You know, everybody was clear about what they needed and want. It looks like you have a really good partnership here. Nothing seems to be moving right now, but you're going to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we love that. Thank you for wishing this for everybody. Yeah. You get the work done. You're really balanced. You really do what you need to do. You balance your personal life and your career life. It seems like you're doing things. You're very um, uh, you're really natural at the talent of what you do at work, and you make money for them while you enjoy it. So it seems like you're being recognized for work really real well done. So it looks really good there for you. But I think you might be getting a bit of a I don't know if it's I didn't see money. You're not taking on more responsibility, but you're going to maybe, let me see, what is it that you're being recognized for? Yeah, it's a little raise. Yeah, little raise. A little raise to show your value and appreciation. Oh, sorry, I sneezed. I'm going back trying to find the next names. Oh, there's so many names here. Sorry. Maria. You here, Maria? Maria. Maria. This is for you. Yes, Maria. All right. Did you have a particular question? Oh, I should have remembered his name. Philip. Let's look. Oh, here you are trying to maintain all right. So this is what I got. I have here, you don't want to wait. You're kind of getting bored of waiting. It's like you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And you're kind of like, you're feeling unsettled. You're feeling unsettled, is what's coming through. All right. You don't want to be waiting anymore. It just seems like you're waiting and waiting and waiting. In the past, you took on a lot of stress. In fact, it was a lot of stress in the past. And because of all that stress, it was like you always needing to walk on eggshells and trying to go and make everything good. And you actually was scared that it was going to interfere with other things for you. Like you were really kind of stressed out trying to make things work. And so it was important for you to learn that you weren't taking care of yourself. You weren't putting yourself as a priority. You were kind of like focused on everybody else, that you were kind of exhausted and tired. And in fact, you blocked your abundance. You blocked what you deserve. You blocked everything you worked so hard for here. In fact, you know, it seemed like there was no end to it. You needed a change, and the change never happened. And so let me clarify this a little bit. Let me see what's going on here. Somehow, yeah, somehow you walked away from yourself. I'm seeing here I'm seeing here that you were trying to discipline and heal yourself, and you got too logical, your ego got in the way. You were like, oh, I gotta walk away, I gotta leave him, I gotta end this, I need, and you did something because you needed to heal. Who wasn't loyal? Maybe I think you were not loyal to yourself. So they felt, sorry, it was me hitting my, so it seems like you had to walk away to try to choose yourself, or they did. but there's something here about choosing self. Yeah. Yeah. No, I got that. Yeah, this is about you having value for yourself. All right. This is a really big thing about you choosing not only yourself but valuing yourself. Because there's something about trust here that you need there's a mother wound. All right, so there's a mother wound that is important for you to heal so that you can understand why you yeah, there is trust was broken. Yeah, I know it's coming out. So if you're asking, is right now, well, that's the thing. If this is about, yeah, so if you heal them, it's not gonna be the same anymore. All right. So this is about you healing that wound by you tending to your needs instead. This is a good time to do that. I'm going back and seeing if I can find. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't think he's going to make you feel very secure if you go back to him. I'm that damn OJ. I'm going to do you next. Oh, here's my list. Oh, electric, and then that damn OJ. Hello, Italy. Is electric here? If not, then we're going to do that damn OJ. I hate saying that out loud all the time. I'm from that era. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm not showing you my feet. We're doing something else here. All right. I'm gonna do that damn OJ. Is electric here? Damn OJ. All right. You know that what was your question? What was your question? Because I'm gonna tell you what I'm getting here. I'm getting here. This is kind of like this is not for you. Because your values and your morals says, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not taking, I'm not going, I'm not going to be responsible for this. You want something here. Oh, will Abby move out of the state this year? Oh, so that's why. Will she leave home? That makes sense. Will she leave home? Um, no, I'm getting here that your question right now is telling me that she wasn't clear in the past. She wasn't sure if she wanted to go back. But right now, it looks like there's a possibility that you're not getting the news that you like. Um, and it's causing you a little stress, but it looks like you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And that waiting a little bit longer has something to do with a karmic block. And so that's what's coming through for that question. Yeah, there is something here about a karmic block that's coming up. There's a karmic block. I don't know whose karmic block, if it was yours or hers. Sorry about that. Yeah, maybe I have to ask a different question. Sorry, I got the sun in my eyes, so I can't read the questions very well. I gotta go back to my list, or at least try. I got a lot of questions here. Oh. I gotta try to find that list again. I'm gonna do 3 more. I'm gonna do 3 more. I have a lot of questions here. I just don't know which ones to choose. You have to be here, by the way. I see 8 of you right now. All right, 10U100. Are you still here? Because I asked for you. I didn't see you to ask you for your question. So are you still here? Mm-hmm. Resi, like, so you guys just asked question. I have a whole list of people. So I'm trying to get the people that was on here and watching this for a bit. I'm not just going to ask the random recent ones. So you have to be subscriber as well to get a reading. I do have to tell you, karmically, I just put it out there like that. And you know, last week I was doing a clearing. So anybody who's listening right now, I am working on a download for people. I have lots of books, and I also do entity clearing. So I'm doing for anybody who wants to go and download a little workbook on doing entity clearings. And I was doing a clearing on myself last week, and so I didn't do any readings, and I lost 11 subscribers. 11 people decided to remove me because I didn't do readings last weekend. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. All right. All right. I'm going to have to just scroll through and just pick somebody. All right. Susan Gonaz, are you still here? Brian? Susan Gonaz? Susan Gonaz, I'll choose you. You're asking about Brian. No, I know, not loyal followers at all. And I'm like, sorry, touch my microphone. I'm like, you know what? My channel, I've got meditations, I got hypnosis, I do past life regressions, I've got free downloads. I don't go and do free readings for one weekend, and they're free and they're actually good. And they like discourage me. Universe, make way for you. All right. I appreciate if you make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's not going to go and do you any harm, and it helps me so I can continue to do these for you for free. All right. Susan, you asked about Brian, right? All right. Who owes the apology? All right. It looks like here um someone's not getting the message. Somebody's not getting the apology. Somebody is not. It seems like it's the same old, same old. I don't know if he's ghosting you. I don't know if he's. It looks like it feels like he's ghosting you a little bit. So you're looking to see if he is going to reach out to you. That would make sense. All right. Yeah, it just seems like he's into you, but he's got some things going on here. So in the past, he was just in his head. He's a bit of very logical, very like direct, and disciplined, very stoic and disciplined. All right, so the laws of the universe interferes here. There is a lot of laws of both a balance here. There is a lot towards how this person is responding to your energy. Now, you're a giver, all right? You're a giver. You are somebody who gives. And because of it, this person is somebody who takes. But yeah, you're a giver. You're very kind. You're very sharing. You're very generous with your energy. The thing is, you overcompensate a little bit. You're overcompensating with this giving because um, you find you have a hard time dealing with certain challenges. And so those challenges, oh, you got abandonment issues. Sorry. Got some abandonment issues. So you have a way of doing things because you're a people pleaser. Oh, I get it now. All right. So you're a people pleaser. Uh-huh. You're doing it because of a wound. And so I'm getting here in the past, you were very disciplined or they were very disciplined actually. They were very disciplined. But the laws of the universe says there is a wound and this wound is acting up here. And so when you give and give and give and you're trying to overcompensate, you're trying to be in charge but you're not. In fact, you're giving them all of your power. And when you're giving them all of your power, you're expecting a new beginning, and it's something to do with what you were shown. It's traditional and it's something that has been happening. So you're expecting some kind of an apology, but it's not happening for you. Let's look into it a little further. I'm going to do 2 more readings after this, and that's it. Sorry. But I'm so happy you all came and joined me today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, I'll read it in a bit for you. All right. So you've manifested this person in your life. This person is perfect. They are able to align perfectly with the energies that you need to heal, and they line up perfectly for you. In fact, this is about you not really holding your standards really well. In fact, you needed somebody to be a certain way for you. You call this love. You thought it was perfect. It was like a twin flame mirror, karmic mirror. But oh, it just seemed like you weren't really seeing the work here. You kind of got into your head a little, and because of it, you did not want to move on, and it just went on and on and on. Where this started going sideways, and it just kind of like became excruciating in some way, and it's because of insecurity. Yeah, you've got abandonment issues and insecurity. um you would really benefit from a book that I have called I Am. um my website, I'll put it in the link below. My website, to get your soulmate, dump the rest. um Contact me, and I'll give you a free uh, I'll give you a free copy of the PDF of the book for you to read if you want, because it talks about these wounds in it. You're you're wondering if this is your twin flame, but you're healing a wound right now. I'm not saying the person's not going to be back. I'm not going to say the person's changed. This is something that's going on inside of you. And this has something to do with you doing some work for yourself. Um, yeah. Um, it's like spirit is working through your intuition to guide you back to yourself, because this wound that you're this is not about them. This is about you and your confidence. I don't know if that makes sense for you, Susan. All right, this cute girl, don't spam, because I don't like it. Yeah, I had somebody else spamming. I don't really like it. If you keep on asking me like that, I'm not answering. Somebody to go and put it, spam it, it's not cool. Let me see, Susan. Yeah. So, in order for you to feel complete, to feel whole within yourself, because you feel this is your twin flame. You really truly think that this is your twin flame. And it has a lot to do with the manifestations that's happening within yourself. And this is because, you have these high standards, you really want this perfect relationship. And so you've created this state of perfection without actually doing the work. And so what's happening is this person is not showing up the way that you wanted them to show up. They're showing up the way that your wounds want them to show up. And that's why they're showing up in the way that doesn't seem good. But this person you recognize already, you're trying not to be in your head. You're like, I'm trying to be moving on. I'm trying to not be overthinking it. I'm trying really hard to not have conflict here. I'm trying really hard not to be done and over with. But it's a victim mentality. It's a little bit like it's not it's not hopeful for you to be um, trying to hold on to something that is painful, because that painful part wasn't the faded part. The painful part was you to let go of your wound. When you knew this was a hot potato burning your hand, you held, oh, this is good for me. And it burned your fingers so bad. You didn't put the hot potato down, because that hot potato was just to mirror something inside of you. And that was a wound. And once you clear the wound, and then everything will shift and change. So it's really about a mirroring of a wound that's inside of you. Yeah. There's an imbalance that needs to be balanced out with the masculine and the feminine. And once you complete yourself and complete that cycle, you'll see everything work out. Maybe with that person, after all. You have to tap into your intuition. All right. So that's what I'm getting for you. That's coming through. It's not about the person. So the person is just following the energy of the wound. What did I say? 1 or 2 more readings that I was going to do, because I'm over my time now. I was only going to be here for an hour, and it's way over. Um, Resi Begum, I don't know if I did your reading earlier or not. So I might get a chance to come back on here again later on. I will be back again, um, probably through the evening. Um, I'll try to leave it waiting on, and you can always leave a question in the chat. But I think, going to wrap it up, just because I've been on for 73 minutes now, and I need to go and refuel myself. All right. So don't forget to subscribe, get your notifications on. I've got to go and upload that PDF I told you about, and there is some free downloads from my website. So go get yours. And yes, I told a couple of you to message me on my website, and I'll give you a free copy of that book if you want as well. You just have to go into my Get Your Soulmate, Get Your Soulmate, Dump the Rest website, and send me an email in the contact form, and I will send you a copy. All right. Free downloads, go get it. And how about if we continue these another day? All right. All right. All right. Talk to you again. I don't know. It seems like your name is familiar. I think I did your reading earlier. Yeah.